Ta-da! Official welcome. Welcome, everyone. It's so good to see you all and that many brackets on the Zoom. Thank you so much for taking the time, or maybe even a week off. We are really excited that we have a chance to host this event, which we called inSpire Week. Really good to see you all. So a very warm welcome into what we are hoping is going to be a week full of inspiration, a week full of useful things that you can put in your pockets and use with young people that you are working with, or maybe young people that you are hoping to be working with. So I'm Biba. I will be one of your facilitators, hoping to make sure that this week goes as smooth as possible, that the sessions are up and running, that you feel included, welcomed, and supported on the journey. So I'll pass my words to my colleague and friend, Laimonas.
Hi, I'm also part of the team and will be supporting this conference throughout the week, mainly with more technical and digital stuff. So if you will have any technical questions, feel free to write me on the chat. You also received a reminder from me yesterday by email. You can also write me by email if for some reason you are lost between different rooms and opportunities that are there for you this week.
Okay, so I'm the third facilitator in this event, and my name is Mieke. I'm here from Ireland, and yeah, I'm the same as Biba, really. I'm here to support you, to help you, to facilitate the event, to make sure everything is running smooth and everybody is looked after as good as we possibly can. So yeah, I'm, as I say, I'm the only one, I think, in this team on the moment that's situated in Ireland, besides the National Agency, of course, who's supporting us. And I would like to hand over the floor now to Lorraine Gilligan, who's the Executive Director of Leargas, the Irish National Agency. And Leargas was supposed to host this event in Limerick about a year ago. And of course, that did not happen. And now it has been decided to have this event online, and we will really do our best to make it as inspirational as possible. And yeah, I'll hand you over to Lorraine then to open this event.
Thanks, Mieke and Biba and Laimonas. So good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Give me a little thumbs up that my mic is working and everything. This is the world we're in now, isn't it? Can you hear me? So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lorraine Gilligan, and I'm the Executive Director of the National Agency for Erasmus Plus Youth and European Solidarity Corps in Ireland. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to inSpire Week. From my world, it's welcome to virtual Dublin. A very warm welcome for myself, and on behalf of all of our co-hosts and our different colleagues from across Europe, it really is a pleasure to host you online for the next few days as we go through this event and this journey together. As Mieke said, we never imagined that this event was going to be an online gathering. We definitely envisaged it as a very different space for us to work together and to look at all of the topics. But I have to admit that I'm very impressed with the variety and the quality of the workshops and all of the different speakers that you're going to be able to engage with over the coming days. I think it's going to be a wonderful week for you to kind of collect all of that inspiration and share your own. So I hope you do enjoy that and make the most of it. I want to say, I suppose last week here in Ireland, we launched the new Erasmus Plus and European Solidarity programs, from the Irish perspective, with another virtual event. Of course, we live in that world now. And we spoke a lot about the important horizontal priorities of the programs, and inclusion and diversity is naturally one of them. And I suppose I wanted to say myself that I consider this decision to bring inclusion and diversity into the architecture of the program is very fundamental to our own participation in European societies. And the challenges are not gone away. We've been working with this for a really long time, and we don't have to look very far across Europe at the moment to see that those challenges are still faced by a lot of people in a lot of societies. So I just want to say that I really think that youth work in particular is ready to meet those challenges. And I know that the programs and the national agencies are going to work really hard to support a lot of organizations to try and address those challenges. And it's a very important topic at a really important time across Europe. I think we also know that the innovation and the creativity and the passion for inclusion and diversity that kind of wraps around an event like this is going to be needed more than ever in youth work. Also because we know that the global pandemic has impacted on young people so disproportionately across all of our societies. And unfortunately, it has the potential to leave many more young people experiencing even fewer opportunities. But that's why I think it's really important and positive that you're so interested to be here this week and to share your time and your expertise. And I know that because for the past 26 years of my work with international projects and supporting youth sectors, the work of inclusion has always been at the core. And I think it's essential that we keep creating the kinds of spaces that, like an event like this, where we can keep listening to each other and we can keep innovating and keep creating, and remaining open to the new ideas and partnerships so that we can do what we can from the national agency's perspective to amplify the voices of those who work, or whose work and passion really is to inspire others and to create spaces for inclusive practices. So while I think we've always tried to be that advocate for that kind of commitment within the youth sector, along with our colleagues in the network of national agencies and our friends in SALTO and our colleagues in the European Commission, I think what I've learned from the privilege of working with these kinds of passionate advocates and international partners is that spaces like this event are always needed. They're really important. And I think in a way, I would like to ask you to recognize the privilege that you have to be part of it this week, and the responsibility that you might have to be able to have this opportunity and to be able to work with it and bring it back into your communities and your young people. But I think you're definitely going to be able to see all the different new insights about innovation and inclusion and diversity and approaches from a really brilliant selection of speakers across Europe this week. I think it really will highlight that inclusion is for everyone and that diversity adds to every aspect of your projects, your working life, and just life. I think at the heart of it, what I see from Inspire Week and all of the different conversations, as Mieke said, we wanted to actually have this as a live event last year. So this is a conversation that's been going on for a long time. But I think at the heart of it, what we wanted to do was to really showcase the new and innovative methods that are there for working with young people with fewer opportunities. And we really hope and expect that this inspiration for you will help carry through to your work with young people and to your communities and to your own international projects. So I suppose to wrap up and finally, want to just encourage you all really to enjoy every minute of your online Inspire Week. And I want to thank you in advance for your energy. Online life is difficult and online engagement is difficult. And I know you have to put that bit more into it to be able to get so much out of it. But thank you in advance for your contributions to that, and also to the speakers and your hosts. I think you'll have a fabulous program put together for you. And as I said at the outset, I'm a little bit jealous I won't be here for all of it. So I'm wishing you all the best this week with your Inspire Week.
Lorraine, thank you so much. And really great to see you, and sad that we can't be together. Great that you're all putting reactions there. So maybe now we could together put a reaction for Enrique, who has been welcoming everyone, playing his guitar, doing his magic as you were arriving, so that we wanted to make this event, you know, not a formal event where you'd just sit and listen, but an event where you can meet others, where you can hear some useful ideas, and where you can have a chance also to maybe meet somebody new who might make a difference to your future work on inclusion. So next, I'd like to introduce Tony, who is also one of the team members, and who will explain a little bit about what's behind this whole SPI, Strategic Partnership on Inclusion, and why this week is called Inspire. Tony, over to you.
Hi there, I'm Tony Guddens and I work for SALTO Inclusion, as you can see from the flag behind me. I won't be talking about SALTO Inclusion though. You can read all about it in the leaflet that you should have gotten or might have gotten in the mail to you before this event. But what I would like to talk to you about is why are we here? Let me share my screen. Sometimes it is good to reflect about these important things, yeah? Soon we will ask each of you this question as well, but let me also phrase this as one of the co-organizers of this event, like what is behind this program? Two things are mainly behind this program, and that's the Erasmus Plus youth program and European Solidarity Corps. Since you're here, you probably know that there is a possibility to do all kind of great youth projects with European funding. Yeah, so the EU does not only have money for whether it's vaccines or cows or industry. Yeah, it also does things for people like you and me, and that is nice. So there is these programs, these two programs for young people. However, what did we notice? Who was participating in these programs? And then you get something like that. Young people who are bright and white, yeah, who are quite well off and well educated students with a beautiful Colgate smile, middle class, yeah, maybe from the better cities or the capitals. But what about all the other people? That's the question. And that's what Lorraine also said. Inclusion and diversity is important for these programs. Of course, everybody can participate, but we need to make or take special care that everybody finds their way to these programs. And when we say inclusion and diversity, we're talking about young people with fewer opportunities compared to their peers. And those fewer opportunities can be for a variety of reasons. Yeah, maybe you have a disability or some health condition, so it makes it a bit more difficult to participate in these international projects. It could be because of socioeconomic challenges. Maybe there's not so much money available, or you're caring for other people, there's social situations you have to deal with. But it could also be that you are a school dropout. Yeah, also for you, we want to create special opportunities. Or you're from diverse cultural backgrounds. Maybe you don't know all these strange things in your host country about applying for money and doing youth work. What is that? Yeah. So there again could be obstacles in order to find your way into international opportunities, but also geographical disadvantage. Yeah. So in some of the areas in cities or in faraway countryside areas or islands, not always the information reaches there. So we need to take special care to also get there. And then last but not least, it's a sort of overarching umbrella, like all the minority groups that are discriminated, we should take special care that they find their way into the program. But how do we do that? Yeah. So luckily we have all these national agencies here in these two programs, and together they have a heart for inclusion and diversity. Yeah. Together they will cooperate, like making the pieces of the puzzle match, yeah, to reach out to new target groups so that we create a more diverse participation in these international projects. You know? And all these elements together have created what you can see here on the screen, a very colorful strategic partnership on inclusion. So basically it's 18 national agencies that have combined forces with 2 SALTO resource centers to make it happen, yeah, to make sure that we are all in. So what are the specific activities then that they are doing to make sure that people are all in? Yeah, first of all, there's mapping, going beyond the usual suspects, like who else is working on inclusion and diversity. Of course, all the organizations that we already work with, great, keep on working with the programs, yeah, wherever it fits. But maybe there's other ones that could benefit from all these international opportunities. So the NAs in this strategic partnership on inclusion, SPI, they are then reaching out to say like, hey, this is the opportunities that we have. How would it fit to your work in your organization? Where can we make it meet? You know, where can the pieces of the puzzle fit together? And if this is a good opportunity, we invite all these organizations, new organizations or old organizations, to come to national activities, to go a little bit more in depth, like what are the possibilities? How does it work? How do we get money? What do we get money for? And to operationalize, often we then offer international activities. Now, of course, with Corona, some of them are online, but that is vital to make connections to other like-minded organizations in Europe, to find partners, to refine partner ideas, to come up with great potential together. And most of the people who are here, I think they have come through some of these SPI activities. And last but not least, for the finishing touch, the final stone on top of your construction, your European project, there is the necessary support. That can be by your national agency. Sometimes it can be by coaches or other people around. So to really bring you to lovely projects with young people with fewer opportunities. So that is a little bit what we're trying to do in SPI. We don't do that across the board. Sometimes people say less is more. And that's why we focus on 3 specific target groups or 3 specific situations within SPI. We particularly reach out to young people with a disability or diverse abilities and health conditions, because indeed it requires all kind of extra steps to make it possible. It is possible, but yes, we need to then do it properly, professionally. So we focus on that in the disability and health strand of the SPI. A second situation or a second target group is young people in need situation. Those are the young people that fall between all the chairs. They're not in education anymore, maybe school dropout, but they're not in education or they're not in training. So who reaches them? Almost nobody, because they're off the radar. So we want to address special attention to get them on board in these international programs so that they hopefully find back their road into other opportunities. And then last but not least, rural youth, as I already said, mostly the opportunities are in the big cities, are in the capitals. What about the smaller places, far away from the decision-making areas? There as well, it is possible to do great things with European projects. It brings in lots of new ideas, etc. Or you can go out to meet like-minded groups in other countries and make things happen in your environment. And guess what? To harvest all the work that we've been doing, we created this inSpire Week. It should have been live in Limerick, in Ireland, but of course with Corona, we decided to put it online. And exactly what we're going to do is to address those 3 target groups. So on Tuesday, we have a focus on disability and health conditions, like how can you do projects with them. Wednesday is then a focus on needs, and then Thursday is going to happen around rural youth and all the possibilities there. There will be a mix of inspirational talks at 10 o'clock Brussels time, CET, in Zoom. I see someone asked in Zoom. The whole program is in Lineupper, and there you will find each time the link to Zoom, so no worries. Then in the 12 o'clock session, again Brussels time, and the 2 o'clock session, there will be inspirational projects and inspirational methods that you can use in working with these target groups. So these 3 days are really mix and match. Really, I invite you to get out of it as much as possible what you're looking for, what can help you in your daily work. So the question is, what about the first day, so today, and the last day, Monday and Friday of this week? Today we'll spend more into getting into it, as we're doing now. There will be more a general input at 12 o'clock, again Brussels time, adapt to your time zone, about why do some people, young people, not get into these programs? And especially what can you do to still get them on board? And in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, there's a great thing about networking. So normally that happens in a real life event around a coffee break or in the evenings. Well, we have a networking session this afternoon so that you maybe find new interesting people to work with. Then on Friday, just quickly to say, that is really a session on what is in there for you. You might have heard that as new programs launched, we'll tell you all about it. Also in SPI, we have many new activities. So that again is for Friday to put that on the program so that you learn what is there for you. And at 12 o'clock, the session there is really for you as well to find out from each other what are all kind of opportunities that are still waiting, different projects being organized by you. So that's a little bit the inSpire week. And as you can see in the title, inSpire, there's SPI. So we hope that all the things we harvest from our inSpire conference, that we can let it grow together. And that's then the logo for this week a little bit. So I hope you will get out of it what you're looking for. Our inspiration is free. Yeah, we will even record all the sessions so you can share it later with all your colleagues and your friends if need be. So as I said, everything is online. If you're lost, there you will find all the links again to the Zoom meeting rooms. And then last but not least, I want to thank some great people, and that's all the national agencies that make this possible, many of which will be joining also during the week. So it's a great opportunity to get to know also the colleagues from your national agency, because they are there to help you. Last but not least, a thank you to the hosts. So Leargas, the Irish national agency, that made a lot of this possible and created frame so that we can be together. Voila. So make the most of it, I would say.
Oh, thank you, Tony. So Laimonas is going to add a little bit of more practicalities about the lineup so that you can all have a sense. And don't worry, we know that you'll keep forgetting and that we'll keep forgetting. So don't hesitate, at any time, drop us an email, question, comment. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I'll probably start from the space from our main room. And our main room, not Limerick this time, our main meeting space is here on Zoom. And I know these times people are preferring different kind of tools, and it's not only Zoom, and there are many others. So actually, I'd like at first to show some essentials about the Zoom itself. And maybe you will discover some new functions that you were, never using it before. You might see slightly few more buttons than usual because I'm the host of the meeting, but always on the bottom left part, you see mute and unmute button with the microphone. There, by clicking the button, you can choose which is your microphone that you want to use and which is the speaker you want to use. Then you see a video button, and then with this button you switch off and on your video, and we encourage you to be with the video on if you're feeling okay about that, especially when you go to smaller breakout rooms. I think it's really great to be able to imagine where are you and how do you look like. As well, there are a few other very handy options. So when you click participants, you're able actually to access the whole list of participants, and then you always see yourself on top. And we already wrote in the chat, if you click more, rename, by this, you can add a country name next to your name. And this would help us to make sure that we manage to get people from different countries in smaller breakout rooms and to mix you up a little bit. So that's how it goes with renaming. And there is a button with the plus in the head, reactions. And there are a few icons already pre-selected for you. So if you love the input, or if you loved someone playing live at this meeting, you can clap, you can put thumbs up, heart, celebration, and then if you click on the 3 dots, you actually access all possible icons that are there available. So you can pick up whatever you want. You can also type in and search for the icon that you wish to share as your reaction, because we're a big group and it's sometimes difficult when everyone is turning on the mic and saying something, so it's difficult to hear. And if you don't see more reactions, it could be that it's a bit older version of Zoom. We always recommend you updating it. And that's it. Then if you click on the chat, you are able to chat either privately with someone, or if you click everyone, then you write message to everyone, including us facilitators and participants. All right. And from our main room, I'm moving to our event app. So you will see how does that work, where to find things. Right, already by email, we were communicating with you and reminding you that there is an event app. Once you open this app, it will ask for an email. Please use the email which you used when applying, because we already added your emails to the event app. Then you would add email. If it's the first time, you will be asked to enter, create your password, and then all the time just use that email and password. And actually, if you keep that window, you know, all the time, you don't need to enter password every time, and it's always there. And once you enter the password, you access the different parts of the event application. On the top, you should be able to access few things. For example, notes, notifications that we will be sending you from now on. And there was already one which talks about how to update your profile, how to click on program favorites, and so on. So if there are new notifications, they will be popping up. Once you open this event app, it will appear there. Then the program. We asked you already to start identifying which workshops, which sessions you are willing to attend. And always the time is adapted to your local time. So if maybe for Tony, he is in Brussels at the moment, it's 10:28. For me, it's 11:28. And that is why it shows to me that the program for me on my time starts at 11, and it's kind of light green color, meaning that this one is in action already. The program has started. This session is happening right now. When you click on the session, you're able to see who is contributing, who is facilitating, and what is going to happen at that session. And basically, you can review every session in such a way. And if you think, oh, this one for sure, I don't want to miss. Yeah. So you can click on the heart, and all these parts that you click and you mark them as favorites, they will appear under the favorites part. So basically, if we go, for example, to the next day, there, let's say, oh, I'm checking what Camille gonna be talking about. Sounds like an interesting story. So then you can click on the heart and it gets into the favorites. And it's also very important when it comes to the program, when we have more than one thing happening at the same time. Probably it will be difficult to attend both workshops at the same time. So that is why we would like to ask you to actually select which one you plan to attend. So perhaps during this day, you go through entire program, you check different workshops, and then you pick up the ones you want to attend, especially the ones happening in parallel. So if you click heart on certain workshops, for us as organizers, we get the statistics, and then we send that information to speakers so they know how many people they can expect to arrive. And also in this way, you are getting your personal program. So you always get to line up, and then basically every day you see which sessions you want to attend, when they start, who are the speakers. So you have your own personal program. Of course, we invite you to attend all the parts of the program, but if you're not available for certain things, then just mark which ones you're planning to attend, and that's it. Then in the section participants, if you use your email and log in, you will be able actually to see who are participating, and then you can click, you can see their picture, their description, and what organization they are from, and you also can connect. And if you click connect, so if I click connect and Anna will accept my connection, then we can also message through the app directly. Even if we are not on the Zoom, we can communicate, we can exchange some details. So the networking can happen even if you are not in the Zoom at that specific moment. Under contributors, you see speakers who is contributing throughout this week. You can also click heart, and then it gets under your favorites. Under virtual spaces, so we have two main rooms. Most of the things will happen in Zoom 1. But when we go to the program parts, when there is more than one session happening at the same time, you will notice that, for example, there, it will say Zoom 2, right? And then it will show you actually specific link. And you can always copy the link right from there. So there is a link, and there is meeting ID and the passcode. And that's how it goes. In the about, you will see more information about organizers. You will also see a disclaimer that we are recording this, that we might do screenshots from time to time, and there are some Zoom tips and hints. And in case of any questions, feel free to write a private message through Zoom to me or by email. Or if you think, for example, at some moment you really want to attend, but you're not going to have internet even, it's even possible to join by simple phone. If you have phone connection, there is a free number that you call, you enter meeting ID and passcode, and you are in the meeting even without internet. So just let me know if you have any technical questions. I'm here to support you.
We hope that this sounds reasonable, that this sounds manageable, and that it's there to help you rather than scare you. But don't worry, we will keep repeating those things so that everybody can have a chance to attend the workshop that you want. So maybe just to say, if you feel like having camera on, that would be great. We'd love to see you, especially when you are working with small groups. But if for whatever reason you prefer to have it otherwise, and we do know that we are seeing people's personal spaces and so forth, feel free, to have your cameras off. And also, if you need to take a break, phone call, whatever, we want this week to be comfortable, useful, and accessible, so that everyone does what they need to do, so that you can feel like you belong here, like you are welcomed here in whatever shape, form, or format. So thank you so much, Laimonas, for guiding us through this in a very straightforward and practical way. Let me just check the chat. Yes, no questions so at the moment. So let's engage a little bit. Laimonas has set the challenge to maybe learn even some new Zoom functions. So let's do that in a sense of getting a taste of who we are, where we're coming from. So I'm just briefly going to share my screen to demonstrate what we're going to do. Yeah. So on the screen, you will see a shared map. And there you have at the top probably something that says you are viewing my screen. And then next to it, you will have, not now, yeah, I'm just demonstrating, you will see that in a minute. You will have something called view or options, something like that. If you will click on that, this drop-down menu will appear. And here, you will be asked to take the annotate function, so the one in blue. So you're just going to click that, and then something else is going to happen on your screen where you'll actually be able to write on our screen. Now, let's try. Yeah, let's try and see how that goes. So I'm going to share a real screen of maps. This is just simple Google Maps. And if you go to the top where you see probably Biba Rebolj is sharing her screen, if you go next to that, you'll see view options. And if you select annotate, you should be able to write on this screen. So what would be lovely to see is to see where you're coming from. So if you go to your own country, you can just make a little remark there, as you are already doing. Yeah, lovely. So we'll see where everyone's from. You can make a cross, you can write a symbol, you can just circle it as you're doing. Yeah, brilliant. All right, we've got people from Romania, Moldova, Latvia. Natalia, where are you from? Oh, wow, that's amazing. Look at that, where we're from. Netherlands, Belgium. Yes, 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 yes. Germany. Lovely. Greece, we got someone from Greece. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got someone from Austria. And Tony is in the... we got someone from Iceland. Amazing. Amazing. And there's somebody in the middle of the ocean, which is also really good. We got someone from Portugal. Now we got Mieke, who is in Ireland at the moment. So of course you can select if you want to be in a country that you would normally be, but for whatever reason you're somewhere else. That's also good. We've got people from Turkey. Welcome, welcome. We got someone from Belarus. Welcome. Lithuania, Latvia. Brilliant. So it looks like we're quite an international bunch. And at this stage, when you have a chance to connect with each other and speak, don't worry about your English skills. We are hoping to speak in European English, which means European accent. So that means that we would like you to just be yourselves. You know, don't worry about the grammar. Don't worry about the use of accents. And if there is something that we say that goes too fast or you don't understand, feel free to send a private message or a public message. Could you repeat that? It's way better that we say it a couple of more times than make anyone feel uncomfortable because they would feel like their language skills are not up to the level, because they most likely are. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, just make a screenshot of that one. And thank you very much. And about the screenshots, we will occasionally make screenshots of speakers, of everyone. But when we want to take screenshots of the whole group, we will tell you beforehand so that you can decide, yeah, if you want to put makeup on or if you want to hide yourself or if you want to do whatever you need to look good on the picture, or if you don't want to be in the picture, just shut your camera down. Canary Islands. All right, Sam. Whoo. And Iceland fell off the map, and this was not on purpose. Yes. And Neda, you're from Croatia. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. So let's see. Mieke.
Okay, so it's me now. We're going to do a little bit more of getting to know each other. Of course, we are with so many people. How many people have we got now? We've 45 people on this screen now. So we are going to put you into smaller groups, into breakout rooms, and we are going to send you to a Jamboard. Yeah, I just share my screen and I show you the Jamboard that we're going to go to. So we're going to this Jamboard. Yeah, and as you can see, you can click on top to see 6 pages of different pictures. All right, So you will have these pictures with the group. If someone can't see the Jamboard, can't click on the link or something, then maybe one of you can share it in the breakout room. Yeah, because we sent you in a breakout room and one person could share their screen in that breakout room.
So at this stage, yeah, we're nearly closing the first session. Thank you all so much for being here and for, enabling us to kick this off in a nice atmosphere. And at 12 Brussels time, we'll meet Andreas, who is our first speaker. And who will open this day with massive inspiration. Andreas is a really cool guy, you'll see, and he'll share a little bit of something. Why don't young people participate in those international projects that we're trying to do? And is there something we can do about it? And what is it that we can do about that? Especially in online events, we've seen, that it's not always always easy to get the right sort of participants. So he'll share his insights, his experience, research experience about that. So you're very welcome to join in at 12 o'clock Brussels time.